All right, call meeting to order. We'll get going with our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Dr. Mundy, are there any agenda revisions for this evening?
No, sir.
All right, we'll move on to Student of the Month, Mr. Davis.
I have Aubrey will come on up here. I have the privilege of introducing the May 8th grade Student of the Month, who's now Aubrey. I have not met Aubrey yet. I do know her sister, but I've not met Aubrey yet. But to tell you a little bit about Aubrey, she is age 14. She has left grade 8. Parents Tia and Dustin Sterling are her parents. Sibling Madeline and Grayson. What grade's Grayson in?
He's out of school.
Not,
He's 30.
oh, he's 30. Okay then. My bad. Okay. School activities, Wilderness Club and track. Favorites are the color blue. Her favorite food is French fries. Candy is Skittles. Favorite movie is I Can Only Imagine. TV show, it's either Full House, a classic, or Boy Meets World, another classic. Favorite book is Alone by Megan E. Freeman. And her favorite type of music is Christian music. And her favorite teacher is Mr. Stum. Some of her hobbies. Aubrey enjoys drawing, singing, and tennis. And the things that can always make her smile are her family and friends. Her favorite vacation is also the farthest she's traveled from Sheridan, and that's to Destin, Florida. A couple of her best friends are Stella and Francis. And one thing that people may not know about her is that she does not like chocolate. All chocolate, white chocolate, dark, all chocolate, just kind of, okay, that's fair. One of her gifts is that she is an excellent singer. She does not currently have a job. That's good. You have plenty of time in life for that. Don't rush it. She would like to go to Purdue University, boiler up, and in terms of career goals, she wants to become a NICU nurse. And if money was not an issue, the one thing she would change about school life or society is, Dr. Mundy, she would add tennis courts to the school.
We'll talk.
So again, my privilege as high school principal to introduce a new high school student, the middle school May Student of the Month, Aubrey Sterling. Congratulations, Aubrey. Congratulations.
Yeah, we'll talk on that one. We'll see.
All right. No Sheridan Showcase tonight.
No, sir, not this evening.
All right, we'll move on to public comment. So at this time, if anybody would like to address the board, you're welcome to right now.
Mr. Cravens? Yeah, we do have Mr. Jim Cravens here tonight. He talked to me a little bit earlier, so I do kind of know what he's going to talk about here. And Mr. Cravens has also been an integral part of many of our interviews and stuff, and is one of our bus drivers. He's a pretty good dude, is what I would say about him. So, yeah.
Thank you,
All
Dr.
right.
Mundy, I appreciate that.
All right.
I just wanted to Gifford, who is the outgoing Director of Transportation. He is beloved by all of the drivers, extraordinarily dedicated, in things most of you wouldn't see every day, but works like 24 hours a day. You call him anytime. I would just like to suggest that the board send him a letter of gratitude for his years of service. He's been nothing but a superb boss. I know bosses. I've been in business a long time. You wouldn't know it by looking at Eric necessarily, but he is a phenomenal boss for all of us. So just my suggestion. One more comment if I can. I wonder if I could get a show of hands from the board on who attended the high school graduation. 3 of you did. I have to tell you that you observed probably one of the finest high school graduation speeches from alumni that I have heard. And I just wanted to thank the folks who made that decision. For those who may not have been there, he spoke. He was a Sheridan graduate of about 20 years ago. based on his comments, I would say struggled to get through high school at various times with his issues. And yet has become very successful in his business since then. Was very articulate in his explanation for the kids, especially the ones, not the ones going off to college necessarily, but certainly the ones that may be in the same position of struggling with personal issues or issues at school, and yet give them hope for what can be out there in their future beyond high school. And he just did a wonderful job, and thank you for those who decided to bring him. He did a great job. Thank you, folks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you for your
Thanks, sir.
comments, Mr. Cravens. Any other public comment this evening?
No, sir.
All right. Move on to our consent agenda.
For the two different things I would recognize as we get to consent. One, I would definitely want to appreciate our donations this evening. We had Derek and Kathleen Hagan donate to the volleyball program, $750, as well as we had 3 different donations from the Black Hawk Talon Wrestling Club that went to our different programs, totaling over $3,750 for this month, and that's fantastic. Also, in regards to personnel, because we do have one here, I did want to point out Abby Huffman is here this evening. I have received a lot of angry comments, I will say, from Noblesville teachers that you're coming over here. And I want to tell you that doesn't hurt my feelings, so I'm okay with that right now, that they're angry you're coming here. So I hope you know how well received you were over there when you were working with them, so good. And I also want to introduce, she's actually a CIESC employee, but Kim Gwynden's here too in the back. I've mentioned her a lot. You guys have seen a lot of write-ins on her, but she has done an excellent job. She's job coach and started running day one. She's done a great job and has been at several things we've needed her to be at. Plus, I also want to recognize 2 retirements. We have Diane Anderson, which, by the way, Diane Anderson is retiring and reducing her days. So she will still be around with us. We're not, Diane will still be here with us. She's just going to do some different jobs and continuing part-time, but she will be officially retiring. And Miss Donna Cox is retiring from the cafeteria. And we all like Donna. She's been with us a long time, too. So.
All right. Entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved. Second.
Motion second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries 4-0. No old business?
No, sir.
On to new business.
So the first one on there this evening is the SES handbook. We have not, I did talk to both Valerie and Melissa today. Basically, all they have done in their handbook, the only change, because as you know, as a board, they have spent lots of time with their teachers the last couple of years. The only change they're making is some of the rules we need to put in place with the new electronics and cell phone. The only reason we're bringing elementary tonight, middle school and high school are still working their way through that policy. But to elementary, you're not allowed to have it out anyway during the day. So they had to put in the enforcement part, and so that's really the only change to their handbook for this year.
Essentially, that change is what was highlighted in yellow.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Well, yes, and then the new version is down at the bottom of it when
Correct.
you see it. Yes, sir.
correct. Okay. All right. I'll entertain a motion on the SES handbook.
So moved.
Second.
So, motion and second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries 4-0. Item 9.2, contract with The Crossing.
This is a continuation of a program we have used for a very long time. I think, John, you and I were talking earlier, sir. We've been doing this for about 15, 20 years. The crossing contract is mainly used when we have students that go to Gaylor.
It's part of the Gaylor approved apprenticeship program. I think we had 2 that went this past year. As of right now, this exact moment, we don't have anybody going next year. But we want the contract just in case, whether we have somebody move in or somebody has a change, that's a part of that program. We want to be able to have that flexibility to still be able to offer it if needed.
Does this cost us any money if no one's in it?
No, we've sent kids there for a long time, sir, so good question. Yes, sir, it is.
It's on a per student basis.
They get some of the per student money is all we pay them, so.
So Gaylor's electricity, isn't it? Electric?
Yeah.
It's an electrician apprentice
Electrician
program that they
training,
have,
yeah.
and they go to, depending on how the program's set up, they'll take some classes through the crossing or classes with us, a combination of both, and then they'll do the apprentice program part of things.
Great.
It's the way Gaylor has it set up to be an approved apprentice program.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion on the crossing contract.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries 4-0.
I can't hear you. Hit that gavel harder.
Item 9.4, MOU in regard to classroom cleaning stipend.
So this is the official MOU being brought forward this evening. Appreciate the work. Matthew's here tonight. I asked him because, one, well, referendums tonight too, but Matthew originally brought this to us, he and the association, and I think I told the board when he initially brought this idea, I actually kind of told you no, I didn't really entertain it much, and then went home and thought this does have potential for teachers, it has potential for the district, and it has potential for us to realign a whole lot of the work we're doing. I do appreciate all your work on this, Matthew, as you've helped us get this all set together, but tonight would be the request from the board for their part in the MOU for our teacher cleaning process. It has been well received. For the board's knowledge too, we have 5 teachers who opted out in the entire district is all we
And
have.
what is the option for those who opt out?
If they opt out, then we'll still clean just like we have in the past. Yes, ma'am. And the one request that did change a little bit, I think from one of my initial emails, we did put in that we will still be cleaning rooms. It's not like we're out totally. It's just we'll be a little bit more on a rotation basis, and Mr. Barnes has done a wonderful job of putting that together.
So can you explain to me the actual cost savings?
The actual cost savings will end up being, we have reduced staff. We did a reduction in force for some of our custodial staff, and then we've realigned on how they're gonna be doing their duties and jobs. Since we don't have them needed to do classrooms right after school anymore, the cost savings comes in reduction of staff from our custodial.
How much?
We'll end up saving somewhere in the ballpark of around $20,000 to $30,000 is what we'll save.
How much staff was that reducing in? Just one, or?
4. We've
4.
reduced staff 4. We actually are still in the process of doing that. That's why it's not on the board agenda tonight. So we'll bring all of those next week. We have talked to everybody, and actually of the 4 that won't be rejoining us, we've actually offered to help get them jobs in new locations too. So,
I mean, my main concern is having educators focused on cleaning instead of educating, and that to me is, I
Sure.
want to see that. I want to see them focused on that part of the job instead of cleaning the classroom at night.
that was my exact, what I said no initially, and then realistically, many of our teachers already tidy up. We're not asking them to do all full tilt cleaning. Basically, each teacher that wanted to stay in the program will wipe down desk. They will do their whiteboards, they'll set their trash in the hallway, and then they'll alert us. We've actually made a whole new system where if their room needs an overly abundant amount of cleaning that night, they can fill out a Google Doc, and we'll know that they'll get to their rooms every night. So many of our teachers, even since, actually it's a holdover from COVID, if I may, that many of them are so used to cleaning and wiping down their rooms anyway at the end of the day, it helped us then streamline our process. I mean, I don't know if you have anything to add, sir.
As an educator, it's maybe 15 minutes of work after school or before school the next day of just wiping down your work, wiping down desks. Sweeping right now, which is something that's been a challenge for the district, just trying to staff those positions in the current labor market in a way that fully staffs the building. So I think it's a win for the district as a whole financially. I think it's a win for the quality of the classrooms and facilities, and I think it's a win for all of our stakeholders, to be honest with it. I think it improves the quality of classroom care. And also it helps you have teachers to stay, you maintain the readiness of the classroom.
I'd like to congratulate the creativity of the proposal. As an old teacher, you can think of decades that you did all these things just
Yeah.
because you wanted to do them.
Yeah, I already
And,
walk out and I look and
yes.
see who
So
marked the
to
desk.
just have I mean, and what you're being paid is a token, but just to have that token of appreciation is meaningful, so.
And this is a kind of a one-year pilot trial.
100%. This is a one-year deal that we all said we'd get back together towards the middle of the year and the end of the year. The reason being we've done that too is after this next step, I'll send an email to teachers probably the start of July with Matthew to kind of explain the whole process that we put in place. we'll meet in the middle of the year then to discuss where it's going, because we did ask teachers, because we needed to budget, if you opt in for the year, you're in for the year. So
Yeah.
you can't get halfway through the year and opt out. So we've been very open with them on that too.
And did I understand this correctly, that any accident that would involve bodily fluids?
Nothing to do with any of that, yes.
Okay, teachers don't have to deal with that?
Yeah, it's actually, that's the part that I've, if I may, ma'am, that's come out of it that I really like. We don't have knowledge. We said this the other day, if Mrs. Harbaugh has a big project she's doing in art that day and there's stuff everywhere, we don't really have a way of knowing that that's a room we need to pay extra attention to. Or if Matthew's doing a project or something. Now we've actually put a whole system together that even if it's out the schedule we're putting together and you need extra help that night, we have a whole way of knowing that it'll get done, so.
I would say as a teacher, it improves communication between staff members and
Yes, a lot.
facilities. And the second thing I would add is as part of this, each classroom will have, for lack of a better term, a cabinet of cleaning supplies. So as a teacher now, we're not like, oh, where do I go to get something to clean my board in the middle of the day? Who do I communicate with? So it really kind of streamlines that process for us as educators.
Great.
It's right there.
And nobody has to send a kid outside to do this to.
We, I won't answer that, ma'am.
Those
But
were
I
the
had that
days.
job a lot, by the way, growing up. And it wasn't by choice, may I say it that way?
No, it was never a reward.
Yes, ma'am. That was kind of my point, yeah, it wasn't a reward.
Well, I would like to move to approve the MOU as presented.
Okay, I have a motion, do we have a second?
A second.
Any further discussion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries 4-0. Item 9.5, second read, summer policy update.
Yeah, this is the second read of the policies. I did not have any feedback, or I did not make any changes from last time. So I would recommend the board approve the second read summer, our policy updates sent to us from Church Hill and Antrim.
I'd like to approve these minus Alpha 301. I'd like to vote on that separately.
Which number, sir? Just so I marked it, 301?
301.
All right, we have a motion to approve all second read summer policies with exception for A301. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, any further discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries 4-0. I'll entertain a motion on policy A301.
I move that we accept the policy 301.
Second.
Motion second, any further discussion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Carries 3-1. Item 9.6, approval of referendum tax levy resolution.
Bring it to the board this evening, and I do have Mr. Reuter and Mrs. Popejoy here too, if the board would have any last questions that we have gone through. And with Mrs. Marquis' help, we have done a lot of the final steps. This would be requesting the board tonight to start moving forward with the official question, sending our official paperwork to the DLGF and everybody else that we need to get paperwork to start the referendum process. I do want to also, as we go into it, and that's why I'll throw it out, Mr. Reuter has been instrumental. If, Mr. Fleming, you had a question about whether or not certain areas were being responsive. They have done a wonderful job since we've reached out to them too. And Mr. Reuter has really done a great job in assisting us in making this process move. I would point out too, the actual numbers that we'll be requesting are in the question now, just making sure everybody got a chance to take a look at that.
And are
Okay.
we again just going to recommend that people vote yes?
Yes.
Okay.
It's actually, no,
Because
it's.
I'm looking through this question again.
It has been changed, the language is still the same, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It has not gotten nicer. And I know there's been a lot of meetings on that same topic too, ma'am, yes.
All right, well, I appreciate all the work that our team has put into this. I know it's not taken lightly, to get us to this point to where, ultimately we can ask the community if they entertain approval of this referendum or not, so. With that, I'll entertain a motion in regard to the referendum tax levy resolution, excuse me.
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second?
All right, motion second, any further discussion?
I just want to say that I'm extremely frustrated by our counterparts, or not counterparts, the General Assembly this year has put us in a situation to where we've managed our money. We've been doing tax rate. We changed the whole ball game again. We go through, now we're dealing with levy numbers and what we have to deal with. We had to go to the public 2 years ago for referendum, and here we are again dealing with this. They've given us no authority as a local school board to make any difference in what our funds are and how we can allocate those funds. So just as a local elected official, my hands are tied. I can do nothing. I can't even deal with the debt service capacity rate in any way. DLGF tells me I can't do this. I can't do it. So what am I supposed to do? So here we are, going to our voters, asking them for, basically asking us, hey, we got to get this across the finish line, and it's up to you. So, but as a board member, I have no choice but to recommend that we pass this so that we can continue to do what we're doing, so we can maintain the level of, how do I say it, the standard of education that we hold here at Sheridan, as high as we do. We have to maintain that, and that's why we have to have this referendum. If not, we're gonna have to make significant changes in the way we do things.
Yeah, I think to Dan's point, I'll build on that a little bit. I think probably just some consistency, in what we do. We felt like we really had everything pretty well put away.
We did, absolutely we did.
And we're in really good shape, and here we are again. And yeah, to your point, it's, to maintain the level and quality of programs and services that we offer our community. This is kind of where we're at, so.
We have been through our budget. We have cut what we can cut. We are as lean as we can get at this point, and yet we still have to ask for additional because of the way the state has set up these tax caps. Which, we're not asking for that much more funding in this. We're just saying, hey, we want to maintain what we are doing, but we can't.
Right.
Mr. Reuter, since we are in a public meeting, could you go ahead and share with the public what we're asking for and that we probably will not be taking all of it?
Right.
Thank you.
As been noted,
Mr. Reuter, do you mind if I
Mike,
ask
you
you?
go.
Because we want to make sure we like you, sir. We like you to get recorded, so.
As it has been noted, we've experienced a legislative change that we did have no control or input in that, and it's put us in a position that we have to request a higher rate to make up for what we would have otherwise received under the old structure. And so this is a bit unique compared to other referendums. We will be asking for a higher rate than we actually anticipate collecting between now and 2031. But I would say that you are building some flexibility into it so that you will have those decisions going forward about how much of that rate you will collect. And I'm not so sure we're done. We can experience more changes yet this next session, but you're positioning yourself in a way that you're hedging against any future change. So the ballot question includes a 40-cent request, but we will not be collecting or do not anticipate to collect 40 cents in year one. Just to give you some idea, in year one I was estimating our current referendum rate is 25 cents. In 2027, that would be the first year, if the referendum is approved, that would be effective. And I was estimating the rate to be 0.2703 in comparison to the 0.4 that we have as a maximum rate. So, and maybe the assessed valuation doesn't drop as hard as anticipated from Senate Enrolled Act 1. And then
again, the board then has that flexibility to lower that rate, so if they so choose. But it is a different model, and I would say the majority of schools that are out with renewals are structuring it in that way, that they're building in that flexibility. I also do work in West Lafayette schools. Their board meeting is tonight, and they're in the same situation, and they're going to be requesting a much higher rate than what they anticipate to collect in year one, but hedging against what is anticipated to happen between now and 2031.
And as you said, this doesn't just affect one school corporation, it
Right.
affects everybody. Do you know how many school corporations are going to have a
Well,
referendum?
yeah, the last rough estimate, there were 50 school corporations considering rerunning in this year. There will be more that will likely rerun in '28. And so if they aren't running now, they could be running in '28. So that's what we know right now, so across the state.
Mr. Reuter, is that just the 50-some that work with you in policy analytics, though? Or is that?
That was a number that I talked to Chris McClellan about, that they were working with at Ice Miller. That's not necessarily just policy analytics, so that's just a rough estimate how many they anticipated to be on the ballot this year.
Thank you for the explanation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just want to reiterate too, for the constituents who are watching, that, I pay the same taxes you do, right? My goal here is not to raise taxes. My goal here is to maintain what we are doing now in order to maintain the high standard we've done here at Sheridan. So, if we do have more buffer to work with, that allows me to make adjustments at that point here at the local level of, hey, we need to collect a little bit more to stay where we are, or if assessed value goes up, we can drop that rate as well. So, I'm as cognizant as anyone is about, hey, what are we paying and what are we getting for, right? So, like I said, I pay the same taxes everyone else in this district does, and I want to make sure we're all taken care of as well.
I'd like to say, too, that we, as a school system and as a school board, realize how fortunate we are to have this community-type school in a very supportive community. We are very fortunate to have that, and we pledge that over the next few months, we will visit as many of you as we can and make this as clear as we can and help you understand what our position is.
Thank you, sir.
Very good.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, we had a motion in a second,
Yes, you
so, all right, no further discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries 4-0. Superintendent report.
Do want to thank, I just realized how busy I just got, even more so than what we already do.
It's job security.
Yes, thank you. I do want to thank, I'm going to run through this quite quickly because I do have a lot of different people I want to make sure I thank. First and foremost, Mr. Cravens, I was kidding earlier, but serious. Our bus drivers, I never take them for granted. I know that you guys know I don't, and I try to talk, but they have been, him and a couple others have been a huge help the last couple of weeks as we've kind of, yes, we're losing Eric, but we appreciate all the work you've all done out there, and especially you, sir, as you've been a part of that. I want to thank Mrs. Love. I know she had to step out and get her kid picked up, but she has put together besides all the other work, she is not letting us slack off this summer. I think if you saw my memo, we have all kinds of trainings. I did ask her to give us a break tomorrow, so I appreciate her giving us a break tomorrow, but we've had a lot of trainings coming up, and we appreciate that. If you didn't catch, Coach Chesney had the whole football team down planting flowers downtown.
I
I
was
thought
there.
that was a really good move by him to do all of
Yeah.
that. Mr. Davis rocked graduation again this year, and you don't get a lot of credit for that, sir, but I know how much work you put in behind the scenes and how well, and it's just always a flawless day. And you're right, our speaker Garland was awesome that night too, so that was great. And Matthew, I want to thank you, and I didn't know everybody was going to be here, by the way, I wrote these names down. Matthew and the association, it is great to be in a district where they come up with creative ideas, as you mentioned, ma'am, but at the same time too, as we work through issues, and I know that he was, and our teachers are very supportive of the referendum that we're getting ready to do, because that is, except for Mr. Ellis, who used the excuse of having knee surgery a couple hours ago to not be here tonight, but we promised we'd call him out for that later, but we know he would be here tonight. Mr. Reuter, Mrs. Popejoy, for all your work, Mrs. Devaney and Lacey, and the tech team, there's a lot that goes on in the summer, and I know that you guys know that, but I just want to get on, we don't get a lot of days off in the summer even, it seems like, because we're getting ready for next year. So I appreciate all the work going on this summer, and finally, welcome to Kim and Abby, both of you two as you're here. And I want to finish by thanking the four of you, and I know Tyler, who's unavailable to be here tonight. You alluded to it, you all did. To make a decision like you did tonight is not easy. We do have a very supportive, and it is frustrating, Mr. Fleming. I agree with you 100%. But please know that it is not taken lightly by our teachers, our admin, and our students and our families that you guys have committed to this to allow us to go forward. That's not taken lightly, knowing that we did just go through this process and have to do it again. So I want to make sure I thank all of you for your support in this process as we move forward. And that's all I have tonight, sir.
All right, thank you. We'll move on to board member comments. Mrs. Boone,
I think I'll just ditto what Dr. Mundy said.
Mrs. Sage.
I'll pass along.
No comments.
All right, my only comment is, yeah, I would like to echo Mr. Craven's comments, both on Mr. Gifford. You know, Eric's a good dude, for lack of a better way to put it. And I believe, you know, I've attended probably a dozen graduations here, including my own, and this one was really good.
Yeah.
Top to bottom, it was excellent, so well done on everybody that had a hand in that. So that being said, our next meeting will be on July 13th, 6:30, right here. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries 4-0.
Thank you.